So there guys, welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. Oh, that's exciting stuff. Destroy all humans? No, why? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, he's probably human. The rest of us aren't. Oh no wait, I guess Glory's kind of human. No, don't destroy all humans, that's mean. Be nice to humans. Right, let's climb up and continue the adventure. Fucking love this game. This is so exciting. Genuinely so excited to be playing this. Okay. This is, after this whole segment here when we get kicked back outside, that's pretty much as far as I got. So it's all new territory from then on in, so exciting stuff. Right. There's a guy here. You step inside and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. It's a nice safe house, man. I could live there. It's fucking nicer than my house. Oh, God. I'm just going to give this guy a normal voice because he looks so bland. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off of steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord. Part dealmaker, part information broker. One of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Iker's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows, takes a moment to chew on the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Yeah, the run was a setup. The run was a setup. 1 minute she was cracking the safe, the next she was on the ground screaming. I've seen Monica hit black IC before. This was something worse. Glory nods, her motions robotic and spare. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right. I get thrust a glove finger into your chest, and this idiot stood by and let it happen. That's bullshit, Iger. You weren't even in the room. No, I wasn't there. That's exactly the problem. If I'd been in your place, Monica would still be alive and with us. Instead, I left her here with you, and now my friend is a corpse in a basement. Look, Iger, Slick's right. You weren't stuck in that basement with us. You don't know how things went down in there, so do us all a favour and shut it down, okay? Shut it down. Fuck that. Iger turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that, but you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're gonna get burned. Iger turns her focus back to you. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured all this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Iger. Amsel's voice is hoarse. Well, that wasn't very hoarse, was it? His expression blank. Enough. Iger pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. Metal Gear, how many seconds passed between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? Look, this won't. You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died when you stood there and watched. This is all your fault. That is enough. Amsel's voice comes out in a roar, and his fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Iger, you and Slick can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he'd led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This is supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason why we need to find him. We saw something back there, something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we are all still in danger. Who's your favourite character, and why is it Glory? He pauses, rubs his temples. Agreed, and to neutralise that danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. The estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. Everything went to hell. We were confronted by an orc in military-grade armour. That's pretty important. Oh, and Monica lived long enough to say a name, Feuerschwinge. She fought hard to tell us. It must be important. Yes, that's probably the most vital detail, I would think. Amsel seems taken aback. He pauses for a moment before responding. The fire wing? This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. Glory raises an eyebrow. The fire wing. The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You are far too young to remember her, of course, but for Germans of my generation, the name Feuerschwinge is... I know it's not Feuerschwinge, but I have no idea how it's actually pronounced. Feuerschwinge is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Feuerschwinge was not. After her awakening, she went on a formal rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Oh, stop laughing, take it seriously. It's dramatic. Deep breaths. Amsel takes a deep breath, slowly releases it. There was a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation, and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually the Feuerschwinge was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. Wow, really? I would love to see that, Luftwaffe versus fucking dragon. But it was experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire and crashed down into the radioactive wasteland of the Sox. The event was called the Dragonfall. Dun dun dun! Roll credits! Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was an important event as you make it out to be, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Iger, not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. This is like the entire plot of Shadowrun, by the way. That's how the whole thing sort of is presented in the source book, as far as I remember. I think it's in 2011, like, magic returns to the world. Where was I? And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. And this was the other thing as well. If I remember rightly, in the original setting, it's not that the fantasy races existed and then like cyber technology was brought about. It was pure humans up till 2011, and then when magic returned, so did the fantasy races as sort of mutations of humans. It's really weird. Anyway, in light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Feuerschwinge were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He whips his temples. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Feuerschwinge is a bit of historical trivia and nothing else. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Aga sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas as to why? Amsel's voice trembles with frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Feuerschwinge has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath and slowly releases it. I will look into this, and I will find answers. In the meantime, did he turn up anything else of value? Yeah, the orc in the military-grade armour. I feel like that's important. He appeared to be the head of security. That is not much to go on. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? He was an older guy, for one, and from the sound of his voice I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he'd had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. She's so smart. That is something. I will see what I can find out. Did you know anything else during the run that may be of value? And finally, the estate was just a front for whatever was going on in the basement. Amsel nods. Well, that much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. I don't know what Dietrich's voice is. That facility took serious funds to build. And time. There was more to it than we saw. Places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? That's all we got, man. That's all we got. That's not much. Amsel nods. His face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. It's a mystery, is what it is. We're still missing something who paid for this run. You haven't said anything about a client. You haven't said this new we'll walk into. It was set up. Were we? Maybe? I reckon so. That's obvious. But why? Paul's face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take this run, but she assured me it would be a cakewalk. You didn't bring it to her? No, she set up the whole thing herself. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-state political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux state. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. I don't know anything about the Flux, guys. I'm guessing it's like the Wildlands, but who fucking knows. And that was all it took. We need to track down Monica's client. Sounds like Green Winters is our best lead. It sounds like Green Winters is our best lead, then. Yes, most definitely. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. Yes, we need to do it fast. We need information on Green Winters and we need it fast. There's a man here in the cruise bazaar, a Turk named Altug Burakazi. Sorry, Turkish not my strong point. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way called Cafe Kezver? Or does Turkish have a hard... Was it Chetsver? Chetsver? Cafe Chetsver. Maybe. Cervetza. It would be a soft C in Spanish, wouldn't it? So let's go with a soft C. Cafe Cezver. The man is also a purveyor of information. I've done business with him from time to time. Do you think he would know something about Green Winters? Amsel nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. Most of his people... one of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I did not trust the man. Pragmatic. Sounds like it's about time I pay Altug a visit. Yes, tell him I sent you. I'll do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Alright, mate, we tried. Oh, 5 karma. And a dog has appeared. And the game has auto-saved. Right. Okay, so what should we do first? Should we do the karma first, then have a round of chatting to folks? I feel like that's a good thing to do. 5 karma points. Right, so if I click spend karma, sweet. Right. So we need 6 to take anything up to level 6, so we could take ranged combat up, which increases our hit chance, but I think our hit chance is pretty good. I mean, do we really need to take that up? What do we get for level 8? Nothing. There's no set fucking bonuses. Although, holy shit, elves can go up to 11. Greater than normal damage using a pistol. We don't need a pistol, we've got an AK. We could increase the rifle specifically. That's probably a good thing to do. Chance for greater than normal damage. I think that's what we want to spend it into. Don't think we need any of that. We could boost our charisma, but we don't get an etiquette till 6. I feel like maybe we should just chuck it all in rifles for now. That's like going to give us the most immediate benefits, which at low levels is probably a good thing. So it would give us critical damage percentage visible, burst fire visible, available. Yes, that would be good. And then full auto available. Yeah, baby. Cool. That's pretty good. Okay, we've spent our karma. Excellent work, everyone. Good work. Let's chat with people. You got anything to say to us, Paul? Slick. Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get information about Green Winters? No, not yet, man. Jesus Christ. Please continue working. We need to find that man. Okay, cool. Dietrich. Got anything to say? Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigour, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all of this, there is still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Slick, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got a fallen comrade to drink to. I need to drink as well. All this reading dries out my mouth. fuck it, to Monica. Prost! Which I'm pretty sure is some sort of German cheers. The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. It tastes of sweet corn and walnuts, with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. You swallow a swig, then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull on the bottle, then locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Slick. What made you choose to come to Berlin? I had my reasons. Yeah, I had my reasons. Such as? Come on, boss, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm working for here. I think I deserve to know that much. Fair dues. What do we want to go for? Because we don't even know our own backstory here. Do we get to like influence it as we go along, or is it like we just don't know? It said we had to drop off the grid, didn't it? But that's a bit vague. Let's give him some info. Let's tell him the member of my old crew betrayed me. Ain't that a pisser? I can handle all sorts of things, but betrayal always makes me see red. I ventilated the son of a bitch. We'll go for that. The bastard got away. The piece of dread couldn't run, huh? That's rough, friend. DJ takes another swig from his bottle, then shrugs. So he got away, but who knows, right? Maybe I'll catch up with him someday. So after all of this went down, you decided to bail out of the Ruhrplex and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? Yeah, more or less. Ah, yes, Monica. Dietrich raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know that you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. Don't know, were we sexy with Monica? She seemed to like us, didn't she? Maybe we were slightly sexy with Monica. Sort of friends with benefits. We're trading into dangerous personal territory here. Are we? Sorry about that, never been much for boundaries. All the same, I'd like it if you tell me. Dietrich shrugs. I always intended to get to know Monica better, but it's too late to ask her in person. That's fair enough. I can respect that. So what was the deal between the two of you? Don't leave me in suspense. We were friends. Right there with you, and privileged to say so. She was one of the best women I've ever known. Wow. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Dietrich takes a final pull on the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Cool. Doggy. As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh shit, Dante. Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy, we'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago, turned into a full-blown howl, wouldn't stop, kept... He closed his eyes. That's when I realised something bad had happened. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. We'll give him a little scratch. Dante leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. Guess the dog is going with you, Slick. Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases it. Then a slow, melancholy smile plays across his face. I don't fucking trust this guy. Can we just take a moment? I'm not buying this fucking sobbing act. He's dodgy as fuck. Surely. Well, perhaps a part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the face house. Return to the safe house when you're finished with Altug, mein Freund. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters, and we can get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor. And now I think we should all take a moment. I've already taken a moment. His lips tighten. For Monica. Oh, I don't know, man. He's too over the top. I'm not buying it. I'm not fucking buying it at all. He's a weirdo. Come, Dante. Follow me. There was a thing there. How do I do that? Oh, I can change my equipment, but I don't have anything in my stash. Okay, cool. We're wearing basic armor 1. And we have an AK. Cool. How I exit, just confirm. There we go. Right, 2 more people to talk to, and then that will end the episode. I know we didn't get a lot of exciting stuff done. I don't know, I mean, I love the fucking lore of things like this. I think it's amazing. We'll do Glory first. Because I know Iger's going to be a son of a bitch. Glory is beautiful, in a waifish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in their delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. No, I'm totes okay with this. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Glory is rocking a heavy loadout of cyberware from head to toe. She looks to be composed more of plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. Badass! In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon, but Glory's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Slick. Glory shifts her gaze to you. Her expression is as cool and placid as always. Can I help you? Hey, Glory. How are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. If you say you're good, you're good. I trust you. Glory's expression remains neutral, but she grants you a barely perceptible nod. Don't want to ask her any thoughts on what we should do next. She's just going to say find Green Winters. I have a question for you of the personal kind. Let's get to know Glory a little bit better. I'm not big on sharing sport. Personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. The edge in her voice tells you she's not interested in continuing this conversation. Okay. Okay, I'll let you have your secrets, Glory. Maybe we'll find some cool things out about you later. You may keep your secrets. We don't want to piss Glory off. Iger, on the other hand, I want to know everything about him. Her. Iger glares at you, and you can taste the bile in her stare. She clearly still blames you for Monica's death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader? Wow! We're not going to go for that. You're wrong about me, Iger. I intend to prove that to you. She stares at you for a moment, then looks away. Best of luck with that, Slick. Now, please, leave me alone. Oh, fine. As you wish. As you wish. Maybe we'll get to chat with these guys later. I don't want to piss them off while they're mourning Monica. Whose room is this? Oh, it's probably Monica's room, thinking about it, actually. Derp. Okay, then. Let's head over here. And through here. Is there anything we can pick up in here? I don't think so. And this is the bit that leads outside, but we are over time. So what we're going to do is save our game. Like this. And just make sure it's definitely saved before I hit that stop recording button. Excellent, we're saved. Cool, right. I'm going to leave it here, guys. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.